Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video. We're going to have a look at the ECMWF extended model for today's second video for the next 6 weeks. So we're focusing on mean sea level pressure, 500 millibar height, temperature and precipitation anomalies for the next 6 weeks. It takes us well into March, and I shall get on with that for you very shortly. Just to say that the first video today was our 6 AM upload. Got weekend forecast and a 10 to 14 day coming up for you later on today as well. So please like, share, subscribe on the videos. And thank you so much everybody for doing that. Right, okay, so I'm going to start off with the week 1 mean sea level pressure. And I'll just say that the focus of this is like on Ireland and the UK. The wider European outlook for the extended period is always on a Tuesday. Yeah, we're starting off with week 1 mean sea level pressure. Normally takes us from the 7th to the 14th of February. So next week we'll see high pressure dominating across western parts of Europe and out into the North Atlantic as well, with plenty of low pressure to the north. So a lot of dry, fine weather to come next week, seemingly with high pressure in the ascendancy. The 500 millibar high down from the North Pole and Arctic view down looks like that. Again, lots of high pressure into the west of Europe once more. The temperature anomaly looking like this, above average temperatures. Not excessively so, but temperature scale is just here, so we're like 1 to 3 degrees above average. But pretty mild once again for the weekend, as it has been so from previous winter. And precipitation wise, as you'd expect, with high pressure in control, we've got a drier than average week coming up for the UK and for Ireland as well. So mild and dry next week. Right, week 2 will be the 14th to the 21st of February. No changes. High pressure continues to dominate and rule the roost across many parts of Europe. Lower pressure is pushed off up towards Greenland and Iceland. So plenty of high pressure in control. The 500 millibar height anomaly shows shows the above average heights extending into much of Europe as well from off the Atlantic. Basically the same pattern we've been in since late August. Temperature anomalies therefore are still milder than average for the UK and for Ireland and most parts of Europe too. And the precipitation anomaly not quite as dry as it is in week 1, but nevertheless still on the drier than average side really for most parts of the UK and Ireland as well. Week 3 is going to be the 21st to 28th of February, and we look like this with high pressure again extending in from the Atlantic into western parts of Europe. Lower pressure will be up into the far north. And the 500 millibar height anomaly still showing no changes. The above average heights extending from the Atlantic into the west of Europe. All of the low pressure is up here. Polar vortex. It's going to be another mild week to come. Not quite as mild, but even so, temperatures are still above average overall. Nearer norm, perhaps further south. And precipitation-wise, it's a bit wetter than average to our north, and a little bit drier than average down to our south. Week 4 will be the 28th of February to the 7th of March. Any changes? Not really. High pressure remains in control of the weather across many western parts of Europe. Lower pressure again, way to the northwest, most areas looking anticyclonic therefore. The 500 millibar height anomaly, again, showing above average heights from the Atlantic into many parts of Europe. Temperature-wise, it remains a milder than average scene for the UK and for Ireland as well, by the way. And precipitation-wise, 28th of 37th of March, continues to look a little bit wetter than average to the north, a little bit drier than average to the south. So, again, overall on the dry and average side, really, for most parts of the country. Right, any change for week 5? Let's have a look. It's the 7th to the 14th of March, and no, rinse, repeat. Or should I say, rinse, repeat. With high pressure still there, still dominating across western parts of Europe. It will not go, will it? So the 500 millibar height anomaly basically looks the same as it did in week 1, with the high pressure extending in from the Atlantic into West Europe, and all the lower pressure is up here. The temperature anomaly looks like that, and it's still above average. On and on it goes, and the precipitation anomaly is rather on the drier than average side as well. And then what about week 6? It's the 14th to 21st of March. Will the middle of March give any changes? What happens? Let's have a look. And there we go, not really, still with the high pressure dominating across most parts of Europe, maybe sort of easing a little bit further southwards and eastwards with some low pressure up here. So that might imply that for northern areas, beginning to turn a little bit more unsettled, but overall it's still broadly the same pattern. Of course, it's 6 weeks away in any case. 500 millibar high dynamic does show that high pressure isn't extending into the Atlantic quite as much. So there might be a hint of some sort of pattern change beginning to try and take place there. Just as the low pressure to the north is trying to put that high pressure, under a bit of pressure. And temperature-wise, if it's going to update, maybe it won't. Seems to be running very slow. Oh, there we go. So temperature-wise, yes, it's another milder than average week to come. And lastly, precipitation-wise, not quite as dry. Notice again a little bit wetter out to our west. So low pressure perhaps beginning to gather in the Atlantic. Could that herald a change to something more unsettled for the second half of March? Maybe. I don't know. But certainly, like the next 6 weeks, is broadly the same pattern. And that pattern is what we've had since August. So extraordinarily long-lasting pattern this, and you normally expect within 6 months, like, you get a couple of pattern changes at least. But overall, this pattern has been ongoing since August. It's still going to carry on into March, certainly the first half of it, by the look of it, and it's basically a mild, dry pattern. And eventually by March, of course, that could be quite a warm, dry pattern as the sun is getting ever more strength to it. Right, so that's it for that video. We're going to be back later on with the weekend forecast. If that was, excuse me, if that wasn't enough, have a 10 to 14 day as well. Please keep checking back for all of the updates. I'm going to sign off before my voice gives out. So for this video, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.